statistically at the very least, we can look and see that Patrick Mahomes may have a quote-unquote better game, but the Eagles still walk away victorious.
Cam, I want to come to you on this because you have a unique perspective. As someone who went to the Super Bowl, faced the team they lost to, obviously the Broncos, take us through that perspective on how critical this game is for Kansas City and their redemption.
Well, that's the thing. This is just another game. I think we got so caught up in this being redemption. It's just a regular season game. When we played the Denver Broncos in 2015, that was the Super Bowl. When we played them for the season opener in 2016, I believe, that was just a regular season game. There were a lot of things that could have been done, but we still, we're hedging our bet to get redemption and find ways to get our get back or get our lick back. That cannot necessarily happen in this case for the Kansas City Chiefs. The reason, going back to the follow-up question, that I believe that Jalen Hurts will have a better game than Patrick Mahomes is because of this one specific tactic that Jalen Hurts does better than any other quarterback in the NFL. He's not afraid to run for a 3-yard gain, a 4-yard gain, or just to eliminate a sack. Jalen Hurts scrambles to run. And that right there, my friend, is what we call Steve Spagnuolo's kryptonite. Steve Spagnuolo wants to get into these 3rd and 8 and 3rd and long exotic look defenses that bring different pressures. And when you look at the statistics of what doesn't go well for Steve Spagnuolo, it's active and dual threat quarterbacks. It's quarterbacks that can rush for more than 40-plus yards, 45-plus yards. Every single time Steve Spagnuolo has had a quarterback rush for those amount of yards, they typically win. Last week, they didn't necessarily run for, or Justin Herbert didn't rush for 45 yards, but he rushed for 40 or 39 yards in this particular instance. When I'm looking at the Kansas City Chiefs, they don't necessarily have enough to negate what Philly has to offer.
Cam Newton, sorry, my bad, my brother, my bad to bring back bad memories, but I'm going to go back to Super Bowl 50, which the Carolina Panthers lost to the Denver Broncos 24-10. And I remember you getting sacked about 7 times. I remember Von Miller being the MVP. I remember the Carolina Panthers committing 4 turnovers. But I'm going to go back to that final score of 24-10. Y'all simply lost the game. Denver's defense showed up. They were elite. Y'all lost the football game. You didn't get your ass kicked. There's a difference. There was an ass kicking that happened to the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl 59. That was an ass kicking now. See, we got to stop this, man. Listen, when you get your ass kicked, all right, when you spot the opponent 34 points in the Super Bowl, when you down 34-0, when you got 2 future Hall of Famers, the best quarterback in the game today, one of the greatest tight ends to have ever played football, sitting on the bench looking at one another like, damn, it's a bad day. In the 3rd quarter, everybody and their mother knew it was over at halftime. When you see something like that happening, that game the following year, it's not about a win or a loss on Sunday against the team. It's about how you perform. Again, there's a difference, and y'all know this better than me, damn it. That's why I get tired of y'all arguing with me about that. Damn it, y'all played. Y'all played the Super Bowl. You won a Super Bowl. See, you know that I ain't never dream about playing football. Y'all know this better than me. There's a difference between losing and an ass kicking. That was an ass kicking we just witnessed, and I'm telling you right now, there's a residual effect to the point where you got to go out there and compete and perform. Not win, got to compete.
You can't get your lick back though. This not like you and the homie got in the fight in the street, and then I run in the house and I'm like, Stephen A, Cam, they jumped me. We got to go get them. Like, it don't happen like that. There's so much time and so much change in between this. This is about who 2025 Kansas City is. And that team right now is 0-1 and did not play well against the Chargers.
Okay. We're leaving it there, gentlemen.
Okay.
Got to get into commercial break.
I'm just remembering it. Y'all know I keep quotes. Go ahead. I got you. Let them get their ass kicked again and watch what we talk about Monday. All right, let's go ahead.
We're going to talk about them getting beat on Monday, not the Super Bowl.
You know what I'm saying?
This game has a little extra sauce on it, and I don't care what any of you say.
Earn them the right to feel like a league success. You ain't got to tell nobody. when Derrick Henry was asked, yes, this man that's going to be a future Hall of Famer, about what the coach said, about what Grant Delpit said, what did Derrick Henry say? He said, we'll see you on Sunday. Why? Because that's when the game is played. And throughout Derrick Henry's career, when the game has been played, Derrick Henry has not only shown up, but he's shown out. And so when you think about the secondary and Jerry Jeudy, right? They don't pose a threat, or they don't have anything back there. Jerry Jeudy made his first Pro Bowl last year. Jerry Jeudy's a first-round pick who is incredibly talented. On the other side, they got Kyle Hamilton, who's the highest-paid safety in the league. They got Marlon Humphrey, who is an All-Pro and a Pro Bowler. They got Nate Wiggins, who's a first-round draft pick. You have Malachi Starks, who's a first-round draft pick. Sometimes this game is about respect. And it's about being able to say that based on my play, I don't need to talk, because when you cut the film on, you know who I'm going to be. The Baltimore Ravens don't have to whistle by the graveyard, because they are the Reapers. And Cleveland Browns may have talked themselves into finding out this week.
Stephen A?
I appreciate the eloquence of that argument, RC. But before I get into this, can I ask you and Cam to remind me of something? Isn't there random drug testing in the National Football League? I mean, they could just show up and just decide to test you.
Yes, it's random.
Is that true? I mean, isn't that true? Like, it's random. It's not scheduled. They can roll up on you and just say, you know what, we need you to, we need you to urinate in this cup.
Stop, bro.
We got to test you right now,
Stop,
right? They can do that, right?
They own something?
Hey, listen, it is clear. It is clear they on something. It is clear that the NFL league office should, if I'm Roger Goodell in the league office, I'm just picking up the phone to my detail and I'm like, yo, head down to Cleveland right now